I don't know how the audio is. I don't know if it's going to be muffled or what. I should have probably thought about that ahead of time. Well, Uncle Andy should be here in a minute, and we'll figure out how we sound, right? We'll figure out how we sound. Good morning, everybody. I don't want to go off too early and the sound isn't correct, so I'm just going to wait for at least one person to get in here. I usually don't wait, I usually just go with the flow. It's today, the 21st. We moving and grooving, ain't we? It's Friday. We'll wait for one person to get in here. Uncle Andy's here in a minute. All right, we got one person in here. Can anybody tell me how my audio is right now? Can you hear me? Because if it's muffled, I'll figure it out. Is it muffled? Let's just wait before we talk. I do want to talk about word magic today. Okay, that person left. Well, if we don't get nobody, I just don't do the show. But I need to know if the audio is good before I start. Somebody will be here soon. Somebody will be here soon. It's 2 minutes. Nobody's here. Can anybody tell me if the audio's okay? Does anybody mind telling me if the audio's good? Oh God. Can anybody tell me if the audio's good or if the audio's bad? I understand. I do get people in here that just want to watch me, see what I'm up to. They don't necessarily support or watch me. But I'll wait. It got to be somebody that do watch me that don't mind saying if the audio is good or not. That's gonna come in here. But this is a record though. It's definitely fucking 3 minutes already. God damn. Can anybody tell me if the audio's good? Where the fuck is the people that watch me? My audio good? Yeah. Cushy somebody will be here in a minute. We'll wait. We'll wait. It's a big world. Bigger your dream, the bigger your living. It's all in your mind. Don't let nobody Is anybody there that will let me know if my audio is good? Just want to know from anybody, is my audio good before we start? If not, I'll wait for some subscribers to come in the building before I start talking. I don't want to just be talking to talk. Somebody hit the like button. I see that. I'm just trying to find out if the audio is good, bro. That's it. Is the audio good? That's it. Can you hear me? Yes or no? Thank you, bro. God damn. Gotta consider some people might have been driving, you know what I'm saying? They can't type and talk. And you should not. But I had to bring my frustration down for a couple of reasons. One, when you become aware that The theories that you think they're conspiring against you are not like some false conspiracies, right? Like when you become aware like they real, but more than half of the world can't see it. It's a frustrating thing. It's a frustrating thing, right? Because I could literally do a show, right? I swear to God, I know how to get the people in here. It's just that I don't want to talk about those things, right? And you know, shout out to my peers who do that, right? They know it's not hard. This shit is not rocket science, right? They basically put it on a platter. You'll talk about this and you go viral. You put a little bit of money behind it, God forbid you be out of here. But when you really sitting there watching them control what everything you hear, everything you see, and when you become a content creator, you have you put it out there and you get to test different things. I get to test different things. I don't just talk about one thing. That's not just the reason I do it. I'm a sociologist. I actually got my bachelor's in sociology. I love social studies. There's a lot of just random tests I do and experiments I do just to see what's going to happen. I've shut off the show talking about one thing and started a new show with what they wanted me to talk about, and that shit took off. I said, damn, that's crazy. But I refuse to give in and work with the governors of darkness, spiritual wickedness in high places. Now, I don't know what's your demographics, but in the African American community right now, there's a growing meme. I don't want to call it a trend because I don't think it's a trend yet. But there's these videos going around of some young black men who said we're no longer YNs. YN is for young niggas. We're no longer YNs. We're now YGs, young gentlemen, right? We don't wear the Nike tech suit. We wear quarter zips. They have more of a distinguished, elegant look. A lot of people saying, yo, I love this trend right now. I love it. And I do. I love it too. I love it too. Don't get me wrong. I love it. However, I got my own theory on it, right? I don't think I don't think some things are organic and they just grow. And then some things have a machine behind it, but you wouldn't even know it unless you could recognize the illusion. What am I saying? Well, the energy of the young people was changed, especially the young black people. But young black people are trendsetters. Their energy was changed to a more negative energy anyway. I believe it was an experiment. You notice how I said I believe, right? There you go. So I don't need people in here asking me for stupid shit like sources. I believe it was an experiment. That more than likely involved some people we call the elite, some people that may be in government, and they got in that music industry, and everything that felt good, it just got flipped. And it just went dark really fast. And people are going to take the money. I don't care what you're talking about. People are going to take the money. So do I blame some young boys from the hood that took the money? Not at all. Did it do us good? Not at all. It actually normalized the most deviant behavior I've seen. I hate the fact that we call our women bitches. Now, it could just be me. But I don't even know if any other demographics is running around doing that, right? I don't know if the Asian people are out here using it in such regard that the Asian women start calling themselves bitches. Woo! That's some powerful stuff right there. Now, to some, it's like, yo, what's the big deal? And if you are one of those people, I would like to say you don't understand nearly as much this reality as you think you do. You don't. You say, yo, it's the big deal. You don't understand nearly as much this reality. Words is the only frequency that you can see, plus speak, plus hear, plus feel. There's no other frequency. It's the only one that could do all of those things. Somebody say something, you say, oh, I felt that. I could say something to you right now and you could go into a straight rage. Or I could say something to you right now and you could say, yo, I love this dude. You could read something right now that'll piss you off, and I say, yo, what's up? Why your mood changed? Nah, I just read something. And obviously, you can listen to something that'll have your mood going crazy. Now, I find it disheartening. Let's just say disheartening. And you guys are a witness. You bear witness because I do these experiments and I come on at these times just to see what's going to happen, right? And look, if I could stop the show right now and put in something political. It's going to go. They're going to push it. Because they don't mind that confusion. If I do something and I put in the title I put, right? It's not that people are uninterested because I'm on a live feed. They don't even know what the title is. The software knows what the title is. Most people that's looking at this is just flickering through their phone or mobile device. It is the people who control these things that don't want people to be educated. They don't want you enlightened. They don't want you having those type of conversations. They would rather it be very simple When I do a show like this, they won't even let anybody know. I don't do that many shows where my audience is not even in the building, right? But they'll come in later and they'll be like, yo, I wasn't even notified. I already know that. Sweet X said it's all about division. It's definitely not about solidarity, right? We're weaker as we're divided. Sweet X, that's a fact. We are weaker, and that's what they would prefer, right? That's not conspiracy theory. I'm telling you, someone with empirical knowledge that I get up here and I try different things on purpose, right? I'm in no rush. Y'all not paying me thousands of dollars a month. I could experiment all I want. And the things I find out is like, wow, you really don't want people to have, they said steel sharpens steel. You don't want these conversations. You know, the etymology of word itself. Word itself is really just the word is regarded so high. I'm not sure if you know that. How high is it regarded? You talk about your God, word is neck and neck with God. You talk about your God, word in the religious sense is neck and neck with your God. You think I'm kidding? It says in the beginning was the word, and the word was with God, and the word was God. The etymology of word and the meaning, well, it was really an action before it was just a word, before it did nothing. Word had to come with action at the same time. It was combined with action. But the etymology of word is to declare. To declare to bind. You say it, it happens. There's a bunch of things I can't talk about, and I want to talk about. I don't know if I want to talk about them right now. I definitely want to talk about Larry Fink taking over WEF, right? I definitely want to talk about the repeat of gold hitting 4,000 last time it crashed in the 80s, right? There's a bunch of things I want to talk about, and I get to. But I just move on my own time. I know what could make the show go to get hundreds of people in here. Have YouTube fill up the room with some bots. It's not that I be asking for bots. YouTube just, you get on the right topic and YouTube would just fill up your fucking room with nonsensical people. I will talk about those things at some point because they are very important, but they all align up with the prophecy. Right? So it's not that you got to be a prophet to really see things. I think we all have the ability to see. Your spiritual eye may just be clogged up. You understand? Your divination eye may be cloudy. Why? I don't know. You may be having other stuff going on that's more important, so you can't really see where things are going. I think that Bitcoin is propped up, and they will short it. They will. It all makes sense on where it's going. That Larry Fink would be managing so much money, then buy so much of that. It all makes sense, but could be wrong. Nonetheless, we'll get into that on another show. Those things are important. But the thing is, you are a duality. There's certain frequencies in this reality that you see and that you don't see. I think the biggest problem is when man, the Homo sapiens sapien, sapien is supposed to be wise. You get Homo, wise human. But then we not, I guess we'll anthropologists don't know. They still guessing. I don't really want to quote no anthropologists. But I believe that we had an upgrade, a genetic upgrade. That's my thoughts. That's my belief. We had a genetic upgrade. That's also in the Bible. It is also in his Sumerian history. I call it history because they left the records. Other people call them myths. If we're talking about myths, then all the religions are a myth. I don't know what makes one religion not a myth and the other one, a myth. It's all a myth then. Let's call them all myths. Let's not separate any of it. We're so smart, but then we're not. You are a duality. You are an energy that is intangible, and then obviously you have the physical, tangible parts to you. It's amazing that two organizations oversee both parts of your duality, right? When it comes to the parts that we can't see, the intangible parts, and we call that the spirit, you get a dogmatic institution over that, and that they will tell you how to govern yourself according to that, right? These religions. We will tell you how to govern yourself according to the intangible spiritual part of your reality. Then you get the physical part, and then science comes and says, and we will take this half. At one point, the church and religions control both parts of your reality. The amazing thing is, neither of the two organizations will tell you the truth 100% about your reality. So the religious side, they're not going to tell you all your capabilities. They're not going to tell you how it works. That would take money out their pocket. That's like the people that's trying to find a cure for cancer one day coming and say, yo, we found it, guaranteed. You can stop giving us money. Don't round up your change anymore at the CVS or the Walgreens. You ain't got to do none of that no more. We found it. What's more amazing is that you got human beings down here that just fall for the okie doke, right? Because if it sounds like it's an opposition of the big group, then a lot of people, their first instinct is flight. Oh, I'm going with them. Well, why are you going with them? I mean, if they all saying it, it must be true, beloved. They said we went to the moon. They all said we went to the moon. Now, can you tell me without their help why we have not been back to the moon? Can you tell me without their help? See, the problem is we don't know how to use our own mind. You know, there are religious institutions that tell you do not use your own mind when it comes to certain things. They will rather use a tactic on you to scare you and say, listen. Don't let the devil get in your mind. Just listen to us. You know how many friends, people I love, I lost to religion because their religion told them once somebody starts getting into that type of logic and rationale, you have to separate yourself from these people. All I did was use logic and ration. I know some of you guys listen to me today and say, yo, you be saying some crazy stuff about these people, God. Yeah, that's not, I just started saying that because I know for 1,000% their God is a bullshit God. 1,000%. But I just found out their God was a bullshit God. I didn't know that. I didn't even think that before. I was using my logic about something else. Then I said, oh, these people don't want you to think at all. They don't want you to use your ration. But I was warned by Plato in the allegory of the cave that this would happen. He warned me in the allegory of the cave, you will get illumination. Do not try to go back and save these people, or they will try to kill you. Some people say I'm all over the place when I talk. Either you will get with how I communicate, or you will find another channel. Or you will be patient to deal with how I speak. Now, going back to the young men with the new videos coming out of them dressing more distinguished. Two things can happen. We can have a civil war between our black youth, where the people who are more they're used to dressing this way. They could take offense, say, yo, I don't need to dress like that. I did see a couple of videos, some people lashing out. They said that the people that was wearing the quarter zip was bitch ass niggas. I said, well, god damn, bitch ass niggas. All of that? Why? What happened? No, I'm just saying. That's always been you. You know what I'm saying? I said, damn, bro. We done normalized ignorance and deviance. Now we don't want to give it up because we've normalized it so long. It is rooted. It done got roots. But it is a poisonous tree. Now, I brung up Larry Fink and all these other things because what's happening is we're transitioning into a new place. And I've spoke about this before, right? I believe racism mainly existed because continued to exist anyway. If they could make $1 off of a group of people, then they made $1 off those group of people. If everyone else is looking down on those groups of people like, fucking slave. I mean, 400 years is a long time, right? To be viewed as the people at the bottom. But even when they abolished it, it's not like everybody was like, hey man, welcome to society as an equal. No, people was like, you're still at the bottom, motherfucker. So it had its place in society. It kind of there was a balance there. And I believe that the people, the elite, they wanted to keep the balance, and then they were just going to work around that framework. They were going to work. It's not that they loved white people more. They hated black people more or less. It was a structured framework, and we're just going to work off of this. So my theory is that we no longer are going to need that, because we're moving into, I think the economic system that we have now is going to be eradicated. It was a bullshitty economic system we should have never entered in the first place. But we was warned not to do business with the people that call themselves the Jews, not because we hate the Jews, not at all. Not because some of y'all don't. It has nothing to do with hate at all. It had everything to do with the history. The same way they say somebody, you go to get a loan, people say, let me see your credit score. Why they want to see your patterns. They want to see if you're going to be a good, fit, or if you got one of those people that don't pay their bills. Well, it's just the same thing. The track record of these people for thousands of years had been, I would say hundreds of years, anyway, hundreds of years, had been one where they had this thing where they create money out of nothing. And then they charge you for it. And they tried it in several different countries, and they got kicked out. For hundreds of years, they tried this. Hundreds. Some they tried, and this is bad. And they finally got their talons into America. And it appears that we cannot recover. We will recover through the inflation of our current fiat money. But nonetheless, we're going into another dispensation. We're going into another time. We're transitioning. We will get another currency. We won't be using the dollar. If we continue to use anything that says dollar, it will be a digital dollar. If, I say, BRICS is doing some amazing stuff. The dollar, a lot of power, thanks to Henry Kissinger working out a deal for it becoming the petrodollar. However, China is doing some stuff. I'll talk about it next week when I'm off. I could sit in front of the computer in the studio and show you guys the data. But all indications that China may be leading I'm not sure if they're going to use their yen all bricks, but they may have the say so on what is going to be the most accepted choice of currency worldwide. So that just goes back to me saying, things are changing. And with things changing, what I'm really saying is this. Now you could kind of see, all demographics get to see. Because if you think, I had some people say to me, there's no such thing as white privilege. And I felt that kind of sad that white people would tell me there's no such thing as white privilege. The reason I thought it was sad is because I felt like you're not cashing in on your white privilege, right? Then they say, yo, where's it at? Tell me where's that. You can't. Why are you asking a black man how to tell you how to take advantage of your white privilegedness? Shit is crazy. Shit is crazy. What are you doing? What are you doing? Because the shit going to be over soon. It might be over, Lord. You may be asking me because there's no more chairs in the musical chairs, bro. You like, yo, where's it at? Yo, bro, it was here. It was here like 15 minutes ago. You just got here? Yeah. Oh, that's wild, beloved. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. They don't give a shit about you. They Yeah. They was poisoning my food. Look. You know how soul food came about? They gave us bullshit food. Slaves. They gave us bullshit food. But you got to understand the Akashic records and everything being one, right? So the black people, very powerful people, right? That melanated skin is an important thing. Energy cannot be created or destroyed. It can only be transferred, right? Meaning when you die, you don't, you die, but that energy is still somewhere. So we can tap into that. It leaves a road for us to spiritually, divinely channel certain ancestors, certain energy. So our creativity is off the charts. We figured out some shit to do with the bullshit food they gave us. We always going to figure out a way. But what's their reasoning for poisoning the white people food too? They poison everybody's fucking food. And the reason I'm mentioning that is because we could sit here and we could argue about each other, right? Fuck the black man, he's a monkey ass motherfucker. Yo, fuck you crackers, you no lip bastard having. We could go back and forth, we could do this shit. But what I'm trying to let you know is they poisoning your food too. They poisoning your water too. All I'm saying is I don't think they give a shit about you either. And I say think loosely. I know they don't give a shit about you. I just want you to come around to the conversation that, hey, man, you might be onto something, Jack. Of course I'm onto something. And my name ain't Jack. Of course I'm onto something. It's Jamel Saladin. It's not Jack. Surely you're onto something. Of course I am, but my name is not Shirley. But if you just catching on to that now, then it will do you good to understand your necessity level as we go into 2030. The new, I can't use that phrase because the system is listening for that phrase. So we just call it Agenda 2030, which is not a fake agenda. It's a real agenda started by the WEF and the United Nations. Klaus Schwab is stepping down. We have some prolific, strong leaders stepping in his place. Gigantic personalities and elite leaders are working with the WEF right now. That has nothing to do with race. I see a lot of people still stuck on race. I understand the black people don't want to let it go. You're never getting reparations. It's not that I hate my own kind. I just don't want you sitting there fighting for something you're never gonna fucking get, right? You're never getting reparations. And the need to hate black people right now is okay because they really don't want you paying attention to the changes that's taking place for what has to be set by 2030. But after that, I think they may try the same way they rose the ignorance level amongst black people. They might be behind this whole agenda to bring the shit back down. You understand? Because they don't need the velocity up that high anymore. They needed it up. They was going to make a bunch of money off of the contracts for jails, this, that, and the third. They turned that shit up in the first place. They turned it up in the first place. The government was never not behind the ignorance. They was never not behind the fucking ignorance. They enjoyed every bit of it. They initiated it. That's a fact. That's not conspiracy. You say, well, come on now, that's not a fact. You just talking shit. Well, who the fuck brung in the drugs? And I'm not talking about theoretically, bitch. I'm talking about historically. Who brought in the cocaine? You tell me. You tell me who brought in the cocaine in the United States. And if you don't mention George Bush or Bill Clinton, then you just don't know shit. And I don't know why I'm talking to you. They have programs. The same people that brought the drugs in, their wives have programs saying, just say no, just say it's all a fucking joke. It's all a game. Did they really care who was going to get hurt at the end of this? No. Was it just about your skin color and being black? See, I'm gonna hate these black bastards. No, that's what it was about. You were expendable. If you can't be used, you're useless. It's not like there wasn't black generals. It's not like there wasn't black FBI, black mayors, black governors. No. Black senators. If you can't be used, you're useless. It's just that certain parts of the demographic have become so fucking useless, demonic, and ignorant. And they are aware that they had everything to do with that. They created these people. But now they just don't, they rather not do with them. But they do have a use. We could get paid off of their fucking uselessness by putting them in jail and locking them up. They're never going to get better. It's a generational curse. We can get paid off for their kids and their grandkids if we keep this shit going. They figured this out. And one of the most fascinating things is we don't even need any type of real crazy technology. Yeah, we will use some peripheral technology. We're going to use the radio. We're going to use the television. We're going to use magazines. But the one thing that we will use through all of these mechanisms is one thing: words. Words. It's free. It controls them. They can do nothing without words. They cannot communicate without words. They'll be on Gilligan's Island, a mute on Gilligan's Island by themselves without words. You have to use words to buy and sell. You have to use words to love. Actually, sidebar, I did have sex with a girl once and I never even spoke to her. That's a fact. I don't know what her voice sounds like to this day. So obviously I don't know her name. We wasn't on drugs. I just had the fucking confidence of Mustafa the lion. That's all it was. So let me try some shit, and that shit worked. Cold-blooded. But we wasn't in love. We was just out here wilding. That's it. Do not try that at home. I could have very well woken up with AIDS, nigga. Jesus Christ. To be young and stupid and still be around to talk about it is crazy. I don't think you could fall in love with some objects. You think you're in love with a person. You're infatuated with that person. Oh, it was love at first sight. Nah. What's that person's name? Ah, their name is a word. It all come back to words. Oh, when I first heard your voice, what'd she say? She said a word. Yeah, she did, of course. Beloved, if they wrote in the book that in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God, you got to understand from that moment the ability that words actually have. Now, when another group of people have so much money, they could just do, and they have this money not because I don't want to say it's not traditional magic. You got to understand. Watch this. Follow this. As a man, follow me. They said, as a man thinketh in his heart, right? As he think something, so is he. Right? So the conception of the word came from thought. from the mind, from your mind. So if these people could corrupt your mind, they would rather do that. They would rather do that. That's getting to the root of let's cut them off at the mind. Hence why they don't really push my show. I don't need them to really push it. Don't worry. 2026, we out here. Don't worry about it. There's more than one way to skin a cat. But what I'm saying is, if they could get you at the mind, now look what they do. Here's one of the tactics that they do. They will take something that doesn't need a lot of enlightenment, and they will prop it up, right? Usually these things are ignorant, right? Because that's what they want to push. Because they know the little intelligence you do have, you know how things work real fast, right? So if you're thirsty and you see water coming out of a spout, but it only comes out of the spout like twice a day, I guarantee you, you will figure it out that I have to be at that spout twice a day. Nobody has to tell you shit. You will figure these things out. So if they are giving out money for you to create content, do they need to have a fucking meeting about how and what content you should create? If you see people blowing up by destroying each other, by getting up here gossiping on each other, saying crazy things, saying the most crazy and ridiculous things to hurt one another, people in the same village, but that person that had the audacity to do it, he got rewarded. Well, you can sit back for a little bit, but then at some point you probably jump in and say, yo, fuck that, I'm hungry, my ribs is touching. Yo, that's why your mother's a bitch. Oh, look who joined the party. You lit. My niggas lit. Geppetto, he sit in the back like, yeah, Birdman hands. Yeah. Yeah, let's go. Then you realize, wait a minute, they got this for every demographic? Yeah, because guess what? White conservatives are not going to be into nigga nonsense. Why would they be into nigga nonsense? That don't make sense. They may not even want to watch your foolishness. You think it's entertainment? It is not. It is repulsive to them. But they may get just as belligerent and ignorant on another topic, right? It's just that nigga nonsense is not their thing. But if you change the topic to something like politics, and you put Thomas Massey against a Chuck Schumer, you start some type of dialogue there, you may see the same velocity of ignorance arise out of this person. You say, I didn't even know you had that in you, Dr. Watson. Dr. Watson get behind that goddamn computer and he turns into a Neanderthal. These psychological scientists have figured this out. You are watching my program, the 5 people that's here, so that you are reminded that none of this is by happenstance. All of this is by convenient circumstance. It will be a lonely walk. It won't be the popular walk. Look, it's not that people didn't know what J. Edgar Hoover was doing when he was doing it. But look, 40, 50 years later, now everyone's like, yo, that's crazy. He never even went after the mob. Now we know why he didn't go after the mob. Right? Because they had the pictures of him sucking cock. And he went after black ministers. Obviously, everybody in the black community thought that was kind of crazy, COINTELPRO and all this other stuff. But at the time, people would have said that's a conspiracy theory. Now everyone is, oh, and it's crazy. Again, there's times I'll talk, and I know I'm only talking to a few, because I want them to be reminded of to stay steadfast, stay diligent. I may have my opinion about the religious scriptures, but there's a lot of truth in those religious scriptures. A lot of truth. The spiritual wickedness in high places part, absolute. So this is what I'll say, because I got to start my day. If words have that much power, you literally have to really watch, because they're binding, they're contractual. You have to watch what you watch, what you listening to. I think Summer Walker got a nice voice, but I never like her message in her music. It's always like a dark ignorance to it. And my spirit right away. I was listening to her music the other day. The melody was nice. I just shut up. My fingers just reacted and was like, turn it off. Because the words are hitting my spirit and my soul, and they're not meshing well. Me and my wife was talking yesterday about how the curriculum. She works in the school. I worked in the school for a long time, so we get, we are aware. And we both said they're not teaching our kids. They're not teaching our kids, right? They're just busy. That's what my wife said. I said I'm glad, and I was proud of her for understanding that, because sometimes I become too preachy, and I'm talking. I'm too passionate to talk about this shit with her. But she got it. She sees. They just keeping the kids busy, so it look like they doing something, but they not teaching them shit. All of this is for a reason. All of this is headed somewhere. Where we're headed, they don't really need a lot of people to think like that in the first place. They don't need you to come up with grand ideas and all this other stuff. This won't be an age of enlightenment and all that other stupid shit. Your docility will have value for them, not for you. Yo, this effing guy's in the building. I'm about to get to work. Yeah, I fuck with this Guffin guy. This guy's crazy. Gary says, I was loving on a stripper and it was just a dude in a wig. Yeah, gotta be careful. Definitely gotta be careful. Huh? When I was young, I used to like to go down to Hunts Point and ask, yo, how much you charge? I wasn't. The thing is, some of them used to walk back in the days, they'd walk around, they got the trench coat on, but they got like a bikini underneath. They just walking around down there, and you go down there and everybody just driving slow. So, we young. It's like 5 of us in the car. Yeah, what we doing tonight? You go get some brews. Or I used to like that champagne, it was like a pina colada champagne. You get it at a gas station. Champagne ale. Champagne ale. Pina colada version. Head to Hunts Point. Go down by the wedge. Shit was lit. Shit was jumping. Y'all barely got any money between y'all. If y'all got $25, y'all doing good between y'all. Any old way, y'all about to play each other in dice and somebody about to lose all that shit, right? But it don't stop you from going down to the Bronx, riding around, asking the hookers how much they charge. They walk up to the window. Hey, baby, what y'all looking for? Huh? The very last time went down there, just like you said, some dude roll up to the window in the wig. Hey, what y'all looking for? Not you! God forbid. Trannies? At the Hunts Point? It's over. It's over. Giuliani has done his job. He's done it. He's done it. Fuck it. It's over, Lord. Where's the female hookers? Men trannies is crazy. Tranny hookers? It was over. I was cured. Thanks to Giuliani. He cleaned the city up and he cured my life. And I endorse this message. It's like the sadness come over your heart right away when you realize is you a guy in a wig? Oh, God. I need to enroll into college fast. Shit. I think Monday. Tuesday, I'll be back on. We're going to talk about, I think I want to talk about the economy, not in a broad sense though. I want to pick out some aspects of things. Like I said, Larry Fink, I already knew this was going to happen. Just like I feel they're going to drop that fucking Bitcoin. They're going to drop it. It's just a matter, will you be holding that shit like a hot potato when they drop it? Because if businesses don't get behind it, and what's holding businesses up from getting behind it, right? And I'm not talking about people like, yo, business, oh, you can buy this, you can buy that. You can buy what? You can buy diesel with fucking Bitcoin? Or people using Bitcoin? Are we using Bitcoin to buy barrels of diesel? Is that what we're doing? Are they taking Bitcoin as a form of payment to do business to business? So if they're not doing that, then no, we're not taking fucking Bitcoin as shit. It's just speculative. Mac Mizzle was good. RM says, who let me leave the plantation? I don't know, bro. I don't know. Mac Mizzle was good. So I do want to talk about what does that mean? For you, it doesn't have, our conversation don't have to be the highest level. And I think, the disparity in between, it's like the range, it goes from high level of conversation about things to like the lowest fucking level at all. Well, I think we need some middle ground, and I'm probably going to come in next week. I don't know if I'm over. I'm definitely not over talking about the Lyrans, but it's going to have to wait until I feel like talking about it again in a few weeks or a few months. I just change topics of whatever I'm interested in. Today's show on the word magic only came about because I seen it started with looking at how the trend of the young black men are starting to say, hey, we're no longer young niggas, we're young gentlemen now. And now they got the black females talking about, hey, we're young women, we're distinguished now, right? So now the frequency is changing. Is the frequency changing on purpose, by accident? Is this also an MK Ultra plan to now reinstitute civilization among black youth after they indoctrinated us? I seen a black kid get up. He was so upset that the young boys was trying to do something positive, and he wasn't young, but he was younger than me, right? Oh, you see the demonic spirit in him. Yo, you was always a bitch ass nigga. So what makes you not a bitch? You think because you're ignorant, that makes you a real one? And that's the problem I have with the whole concept of just ghetto-ness and ignorance. I've seen a lot of people they not like that. I'm telling you, they not like that, right? But they act so fucking ignorant. I'm not even gonna say tough. It's just ignorant shit. So that makes them, they think in their head, I stand out as a ghetto nigga, this solidify. It doesn't. Trust me, you're gonna hurt yourself. You're gonna get yourself jammed up. And it's not gonna be good. So what you should probably do is, instead of pretending, go find what you're supposed to be into, my nigga. I'm telling you. Because you see me? When I am on demon time, I don't care about your reputation. I don't care if you was in jail for 40 years. I don't care if the fucking hammer on you is still hot from burning somebody else. I don't give a fuck. And I'm not going to be acting ignorant. It's just my reality is my reality at that moment. And at this moment, my nigga, whatever's going to happen is going to happen. I don't want you out there getting hurt because you was playing in something you was never supposed to be in. This is why it's important to have knowledge of self. You got to have knowledge of self. I do want to continue on with this conversation, but I'm about to go. But let me just say this before I go, because I am going to speak about this in 2026. I ended up in the wrong dimension, right? Playing around, not taking decisions correctly, thoughts correctly, words correctly. Not truly walking in my divinity. Knowledge itself is very important. And not 5% nation of knowledge itself. Of who you are, where you headed, and believing in that thing and making decisions based off of what you just said, who you are and where you want to go. And your decisions are going to reflect that there, no matter how difficult, no matter how enticing. Why do you think it's called a temptation? It's called, it was tempting to do it, but you should not do it at that moment. If you do make the decision to do it, it will alter your reality, putting you in a dimension that you don't desire, an undesired dimension. So rather being moved easily from to and fro by the wind, once you have knowledge itself, you say, something may come to you and you say, no, that's not for me. Oh, it's a gift though. No, but I'm saying it's not for me because I know where I'm headed. That's going to alter my destination. 5 degrees to the left, 5 degrees to the right. 1 degree to the left or right is not your trajectory. Doesn't matter if you off a little bit. That one decision, that one right there, yo, it's not even that serious. First of all, don't tell someone else what's that fucking serious when it's their life. It is that serious. I was watching Prince from the Supreme Team. One of his interviews. Let me tell you how serious it is. He went to jail because he went to the fucking store, and as people finished robbing the store, he said, yo, drop me up the block. They say, yo, come on. Hurry up. They didn't tell him why to hurry up. We on the run. We just hit some shit. Car get pulled over. He can't dry snitch. Yo, they robbed these niggas. I wasn't even. Yo. You see? But you gotta have a discernment. So you can't be like, yo, it's not that serious. Niggas is cool. No. It is that serious. Don't feel funny. About making the decisions you got to make for your life. Whether it be family, friends, loved ones. Yeah, the Mac Mizzle. Yo, Mac Mizzle, bro. I want to say name, but I don't want to hurt nobody. You know what I'm saying? But yo, shit be. Yo, let me tell you something. They be thinking I'm bullshitting up because you see my demeanor. I'm talking, you know, I'm intelligent. I talk with intelligence, this, that, and the third, right? So when the camera go off, you know, not now, but at certain points, let's just keep it real. I'm in a good position right now. I've always been one to be able to, like, if shit got dark, I could go back to the streets, right? Let's just keep it 1,000. If shit got dark, I could go back to the streets. I don't like it there because the streets is the streets. Anything can happen in the streets. You can't predict what's going to fucking happen. It's the fucking streets. I don't like it there. I don't belong there. But in survival mode, I will go there. I have no fucking problem going there. But you might have to get involved every once in a while, and that's the fucked up part. You know what I'm saying? So now, even though you know your breakthrough is right around the corner, one fucking small decision could alter your shit. So I got this thing where I play chameleon, and I decide what's worth it, what's the risk factor, what's worth it. Some people try to get me out and talk. They think the words is gonna set me off. It's not gonna set me off. Not that you want it. They think they want me set off. You don't want me set off, my man. You don't. You don't want me set off. You're bugging. But I will choose what sets me off. What I'm gonna fucking come to your house and clap you for and on your fucking doorstep, nigga. I will decide this, not you. Long story short, I had niggas hitting me up that was close to me. Yo, shit is real out here. You into some shit make me. Nigga, what the fuck is you worried about it for? My life always been like this. You thought because I'm up here kicking this good brother shit, I tried to tell you my life is, shit is real if I get into that vein. Now because you're a social, you worried about, nigga, it ain't time to. So I cut niggas off, because if you worried at this level, you don't want to see what happens when you get in the fucking trenches, nigga. It's nasty work. I don't just be talking up here. I'm telling you, it could get really fucking, either you're going to be down for everything that come with, or you're not going to be down at all. But I've seen people like you before. You acting, my man. You acting like you down with everything that it come with, and you're not gonna, no. You're gonna tell, you're gonna fold, you're gonna do everything. I seen you before. This is why I don't fall for the tough guy routine, and you acting more ignorant, that you thinking that, no. I'm telling you, none of that shit is gonna help you. You got people coming from the streets after you, and you got people that's coming from the fucking law enforcement after you, nigga. And I'm telling you right now, you are perpetrating a fraud. You not with none of this shit. You don't have the mindset, oh, okay, if I get caught, I'm going to jail, I'm going to sit down. You don't have that fucking mindset, nigga. So why are you fronting? You don't have the mindset, I got to take a life or my life could get taken. You don't have that mindset, so why are you playing the fucking round? You don't have, and you shouldn't want that mindset. Niggas will clap your moms, nigga. Like, you gotta chill out. You have to chill, nigga. Go do something productive. You're wilding. Find your truth. Find your fucking, what's your purpose? Your purpose is not to be out here trying to be a fucking washed up poet. What is your purpose? Go find that shit and live in that shit, man. Now, I hate that reality. I'm just telling you, I flourish. I do okay because I have to. Because I understand if you get in that arena and you're not a shark, you're not ready to go, you're gonna be a guppy, nigga. That's it. I'm calm. He says, calm down, Ice-T. I'm calm. I'm chill. I'm just telling you the reality. And I'm probably not talking to you. You understand? I'm talking to other people. So if the message is not for you, don't get offended. Maybe you are a killer. Maybe you are. What's your name? Taco? Taco, maybe you are with the most ignorant shit in the world, but here's the difference, Taco. Maybe you have already admitted to yourself, I am a worthless piece of shit. My mother should have never had me. I'm a waste of fucking sperm. and I'm out here on the planet Earth doing demon shit because I'm a demon. Maybe that's you know what I'm saying, Taco? Maybe you already came to that conclusion. Nobody loves me. I can't please women. I don't know, Taco. I don't know. But what I'm saying is, at least you being real with yourself. You understand, Taco? Some people actually out here like it's a fucking music video. And it's not a movie, dog. And I wouldn't want to be in that dimension. I hate that fucking dimension. And if you could get out that dimension, it's going to take willpower. I got some people right now, they hurting bad, but every time I talk to them, they blaming somebody else for their shit. So now I have to stop talking to you. Because every time I talk to you, you're blaming somebody else for the reality that you're in. What are you doing? What are you doing? Some of these is your decisions that you've made. What are you doing? Can't always be somebody else. So no accountability at all? You opened up your legs to a no good nigga. You stuck your penis in a filthy ass whore. Now I gotta hear about y'all complaining all day long about each other. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. These are the decisions that we make. One slight decision could alter your reality just like that. You outside wanting to be cool with some niggas that's really like that. Easy. Easy. Chill. Chill. It's okay to be yourself. There's nothing wrong with that at all. You'd be surprised the people that talking shit about you but afraid to be themselves. Afraid to be themselves. Well, how you gonna find your intended destination, your intended dimension, if you're afraid to be yourself? You driving on someone else's frequency. You got to find your frequency, baby. And stay there. You heard me. Peace King. I know a couple of Lawrences. So it's from where though, guy? Tell me what city he from. Right now I know a Lawrence from Harlem. And I know a Lawrence from Albany. All right, we done here. Salute to everybody for coming in. I'm going to work. As you can see, I'm already at work. Let me tell you about the situation I'm at right now. I spoke dead ass. He originally from Brooklyn, but he moved to money earning Mount Vernon. Did they call him Lawrence or do they call him Larry? So the Brooklyn cats I know Danger, Demetrius, that's my man. He's originally from Brooklyn. There was another short cat. He came to Brooklyn. Was he a barber? He came to Mount Vernon. That nigga was wild for the night. I ain't gonna say too much on this contraption, but that nigga was wild for the night. That nigga was wild. I used to stay away from shit, but my brother used to hang out there. I don't know why my brother was hanging out there. I used to see him out there. I don't even think me and my brother was talking at this time, but I would see him out there. And then one day some shit happened, and I don't think me and my brother was talking, but some shit happened, and I'm like, he seen me and was like, yo, Mel, man, this nigga over here, who? Like, me and you gotta be talking about, who the fuck is bothering you? And it was this nigga. I let him know, like, yo, listen, fam, long story short, I don't give a fuck what type of influence you got over the rest of these niggas. When you see that little nigga right there, don't have no words for that nigga right there. Don't have no words, or we just got a different conversation, that's it, or no conversation. He was like, yeah, I hear you, OG, but I'm a gangster too. That's what he said. Needless to say, he was letting that shit off. He was letting that shit off, nigga. He was letting it off. I ain't gonna hold you. He used to be in a wheelchair. I don't think I know. I don't think I know. I only know one person. I knew somebody in the wheelchair, but it's not him. Only person I know in the wheelchair is Kenny Guest from the Young Guns. Lawrence, nah. And Dutch, I think Dutch was from Brooklyn. From the Knox boys. And how that family thing, they got into it, how we had to, I wouldn't want to be in that position, you understand? Shout out to Howie. Howie's home. That's it. As far as Brooklyn go, that I know from Mount Vernon. Mount Vernon's a wild place. It's not like you're gonna come there from another city and just like start running shit. They're gonna clap you. Hands down. You're going down, nigga. You're going down. This is hands down. You gotta fit in. You gotta get in. But you're gonna find a good family once you get there. You show these niggas you a wolf, you'll find a good. You're gonna find a good crew to walk. You know what I'm saying? But you're not about to come. Don't think like, oh, I'm from the 5 Barrels. This is like Mount Vernon. I could take this shit over. They're gonna clap you and send you home, nigga. Easy. Just fit in. You're wilding. Just fit in. Don't do too much. Angie says, good morning, Angie. I'm leaving, Angie. The topic was word magic, how it's binding. And I'm going to tell you something, Angie. I have to do the show over. But we was talking about word magic, the contractual. First of all, the word means to declare, right? That's the etymology of word, to declare, to bind. So just the mere fact of words. But I also spoke on how it's the only frequency that you can speak, hear, see, feel, right? So I spoke loosely. I threw out a lot of innuendos, and I threw out a lot of brain things to think about. I do that sometimes. So it's no real I, 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 comprehensive thought. It is scattered stardust for an hour and a half. And that's pretty much that's what this program was today. Scattered stardust. Spoke about a lot of different things. And then went into different realms of intellect, even came down low. Spoke to my people in the ghetto for a second. Some of my people that's not truly living there. You know, I hate the fact that, and I hate it because, you know, when you really was, you was really doing this shit, you was outside, you was really doing your thing. You hate to see someone else that's pretending because he or she wants to be the part of it, right? And you see how many people got hurt doing that shit, right? People got hurt pretending to be a part of a world that they had no business even being a part of. You had no business trying to be a part of this shit. And not only do you waste time as a young person, you could have been finding out your true purpose. Maybe your true purpose was to be a real estate magnate, right? You would have known that if you didn't think that, yo, they're going to think I'm a pussy if I'm too intelligent, right? They're going to think I'm not with the shits. So I got to show them I'm with the shits. You don't. You could. you don't got to. You who told you got to show them you're with the shits? They're not with the shits. It's all a fucking act. And people making bad decisions crashing out. And I think it takes way more courage not to crash out. It takes way more courage to say, I'm going to try. You know why? Because I tried that too. Which one was easier? Getting a bachelor's degree or hopping counters, putting in guns in people's face? Because I did both, nigga. I did both. I was outside, huh? Huh? I was outside. So I can tell you which one was harder. And I can tell you writing a fucking paper, a 20-page paper, huh? They give you the first draft back. That shit is red like it got sliced up with a blade. What's this? Oh, your English is poor, sir. Your English is poor. Take this paper back. Heartbreaking. Heartbreaking. I'm 20-something years old. You telling me I don't know how to speak English? Oh, you may know how to speak it just fine. You just cannot write English. What? So it takes way more courage, way more effort to actually build something, have the patience to stick with something when it look like it's not about to work. Listen, huh? Anybody could just fucking spaz out like a little child and go off on their spouse. You stupid bitch, this, that, and the third. Oh, you no good nigga. Yeah. That shit is easier than trying to figure out and work with your partner to figure out what is the problems we're having. Are we having problems because we're not communicating? We tried this for 4 years. Let's try to do it like this for another 2. Figure out which one is which. Oh shit, this one worked. And the simple thing was we just wasn't communicating with each other in the right way. You would say something, I figured that you should have known what it was. That's bullshit. You should have just known. How the fuck these people gonna know what's on your mind? Then all I know is you started acting funny, so I started acting funny. So now we both acting funny, and nothing can get resolved this way. Huh? That's right. That's right, Angie. Like saying good morning. I should have said good rising. You know, I just found out the other day why I didn't understand why people didn't say good morning. But then when I thought about, and I probably seen one small video about, I think it was a woman from Louisiana, right? The Creole people down there, they still with the magic heavy down there. See, I like Louisiana, the concept of Louisiana, because the magic is still down there. Those people still down there involved in the magic. So when she explained mourning the death, you in mourning, you crying. So you say good morning. I said, oh, the two can't be true at the same time. So I understood the symbolic meaning behind it, right? Even though that's not my frame of thought. My thought was I'm going to say good, and then I'm going to say morning because it's morning time. But I also understood the symbology behind the words. And it goes back to what Angie is saying and what we're talking about. A lot of things, you may have good intentions, but you don't understand the underlying foundation of the word itself. And my show is not about gossip. We over here, we like to use our brain a little bit, even if it's in a fun little way, but I want us to think and walk away with the homework. You do your own homework. You may leave my show and say, yo, let me look that up, what he was talking about. So I would rather spar with y'all intellectually. I never wanted I hate to see what happens with our young people where they taking pride in having gone through a slavery plantation called prison. They make you strip down in front of everybody, spread your butt cheeks, lift your balls, control every last thing that you do in there. That is not a place of that should, when you leave, you should have any type of accolades. You made it out by the grace of something. I don't know if it's the grace of your God or whatever, but you made it out. And I don't desire for you to go back, but let's keep it 1,000. Not everybody that is released from that place has the mental capacity anymore. Some of them don't even have the physical capacity that they had when they went in. It's not a place that we should be promoting, propagandizing, or any of these things, and I hate that, right? And I think that it is a sickness for you if somebody's like me. I'm saying stay out of that place, and then you get up there and say, you saying the real niggas know. Who is the real niggas? You are the real nigga? You sound ignorant, my boy. You ready to go to jail? I'm ready to do what I have to do. Nigga, all you have to do is go find some work, stay out the way, love on a woman. It seems like you doing everything except what you supposed to do. I got to do. What? You are at the age where you should have partnered up with a female and y'all gonna figure out life. You out here making more problems for yourself, sticking your penis in everything. You're spreading disease. You're spreading kids and disease. You don't have no intentions of taking care of the disease or your fucking kids. You are a menace to society, sir. Yeah. You are a menace to society. And I hate your message. I hate your fucking message. Francesco says he doesn't need to see the cavities in my teeth. Well, don't look that hard, bro. I can tell you this, I got dental insurance. When I choose to use it is when I choose to use it. You see this? I got the dental insurance, good dental insurance. Don't worry about it. I'm telling you before I get off here that the mindset, my mindset helped me to get to some dark places, and my mindset helped me to get to some better places. I do have regrets. I made bad decisions in life. And those bad decisions brought me to different dimensions. It's about accountability. So I really did the show. Today's show wasn't just about the words. It's about your thoughts. And it's about, if you think there's a conspiracy and it's just made up, or some people just making shit up about mind control is not made up. It's not just, some shit they talking about that is not actively pursuing. These people are actively pursuing on your behavior engineering. Right? How to modify your behavior. Not just your behavior, but your genetics. Your mind. So you saying, it's not that serious. People just want to have fun. Maybe you want to have too much goddamn fun. And then when you out here and it burn you, now you want to show your frustration. You tell me all about your frustration. But I tried to tell you who's going to get burned. At some point, you got to get serious and realize the decisions I make will burn me. The thought processes I have will burn me. The shit that I put into my spirit will not allow me to manifest the things that I just out here verbally. And this is the last thing I want to say. Faith without works is dead. What does that mean? Because it's in the Bible. Well, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. If it's in your heart, you believe it. If you wake up, you upset all the time, you want some ghetto shit all the time, and you want to, you always complain about your reality. You know why? It's in your heart and you believe it. You don't believe. You think love is for suckers? The frequency of love. You think it's for suckers? Why can't you believe in goodness and not be naive? I believe in goodness and not naive. I believe in love and I'm not naive. Just don't be naive. But I cannot. I won't. I could. But I won't live in a world without love. I will cut you off before I cut love off. Before I want something that I love and loves me back. Because that is going to create a different environment, a different reality. So to watch with my eyes and observe a whole demographics of young people repulse away from love. Well, first of all, what makes reality? What are the forces that makes physical property? Two of the forces are what? Attraction and what? Repulsion. Attraction and repulsion. These are two of them. But when you mix these up at certain times, right? You got attraction, repulsion, in and out. These are the forces. Attraction, repulsion, in, out. These can have a number of different frequencies ranging down here when you combine that with what we call the ether. Not that I wanted to get on this heavy topic right now. I don't want to get on etheric talk so early in the morning. But I just want you to have an understanding of the different types of realities that can exist. So these are the forces that shape tangible things. But if you are always repulsing against the love frequency, you're going to have a totally different reality than someone like me who is looking to attract love. And I'm going to have a totally different reality than you to someone who enjoys embracing and attracting hate. You always talk about your haters and this, that, and the third, and your conversations are so dark. You attract these conversations. The other thing is we do not have the patience to wait for the things to manifest, but it's crazy. You don't put a cake in the oven and then pull it right out before you even turned on the heat and let the alchemy take place that actually bakes a cake. Just because you put a fucking egg in some type of flour with margarine and butter and sugar, that doesn't make it a cake. Oh, I got all the ingredients. Oh, you do got the ingredients. Now you got to let it work. That's how things work on earth. But you so used to going through the fucking drive-through that you really think that is how things are created. Like that. You done heard a story you took Tyler Perry's entire life. You took Samuel L. Jackson's entire life. You took Larry David's entire life. Yo, he was a chauffeur. And then he was the fucking executive producer at HBO. Is that what happened? Is that what happened? Is it? Yo, Tyler Perry was homeless, and then next thing you know, he was a billionaire. It works like that, huh? Really? Do tell more, good sir. No. You got to work and mix the things together. Don't pay attention to anybody else, right? Who heard of a chef looking at other people while they're fucking cutting up and dicing things? Look at what you fucking baking. Pay attention to your own goddamn work. Your mother never sat with you and said, hey, color inside the lines. Oh, my mother was dead. Yo. We don't have time for violins. Nigga, pay attention to the story. The story's not about your mother being dead. Story is about you coloring outside the lines because you looking at what the fuck other people are doing. Look at what you doing, and then you will color inside the lines. Now, what you have to do is put all those ingredients together, and then you put it in the oven, and then you gotta put it on a certain temperature. And let me tell you something right fucking now. That shit is gonna get hot. There's no way for it not to get hot. It's going to get hot. Pretty Divine has joined the conversation. You understand? This is a scientific conversation. They don't understand this. Pretty Divine. Let that bad boy cook. And then you will see. You don't put seeds in the ground and just come back the next day and it's like, yo, the tree was just, this is not Jack and the Beanstalk. But what you can do is you could go out every day and then you could pat the dirt. You could speak to, I see you about to really go. Oh man, you're going to be a beautiful plant. Talk to that thing. Never mind somebody else who's walking by saying, yeah, that's just silly. They don't want you to try. They really praying it don't work. And what do they got to do with what you doing? Well, I don't want to look stupid in front of everybody. Beloved, let me help you out. They're going to talk about you fucking regardless. Whether what you did worked or didn't work. They're going to still talk about you. So you might as well do it. Huh? You might as well do it. Nick was good. The force is energy and always either positive or negative. Hey, actually you need both forces, right? You don't need all positive energy. You don't need all negative energy. And this is why you usually see the pillars. The two pillars indicate that you should find balance, polarity. It's not about being extreme to either end. Either end is crazy. But finding balance within the polarity. Yo, Nick, I'm here, man. I'm doing good. How you doing, Nick? Angie said, you touched on the vibrations. That's a deep subject. I believe that the forces that be are using natural frequency against us. And that's what my show was about, Angie, because I gotta go soon. But yes, they put it in the ancient text, and it says that there's spiritual wickedness in high places. These people know what they're doing. You understand? So my whole conversation today was, again, I sprinkle out the stardust amongst the people just so they could walk. I don't know who's gonna walk away with what. You understand? But I let you know that what they're doing is actual. They're working on the science for real on how to control your mind, how to control your behavior. It is not made up. It is real. It's real deal. The Doctor 660 says, "Is this a homosexual show? Are you looking for homosexuals, sir? Are you looking for homosexuals?" Angie says, "I didn't get the notification. I hate that." I know you didn't, Angie. You know why you didn't get it? Look at the title. When we get off, Angie, look at the title. That's why you didn't get it. You would have got the notification if I would have said something that was more in the veins of what they wanted me to contribute to. But because I didn't want to contribute to that this morning, anytime I talk on these esoteric topics, they don't really want me out here. They don't want us to have these type of conversations about enlightenment and even to put that into the air. You understand? They don't want that. That's why every once in a while I do get back, because if I don't do what they say for too long, then they push me out the algorithm altogether. So every once in a while I'll come with a topic I don't desire to talk about, but it'll get a few hundred people in the building. It'll get me 20 likes in one show and stupid shit like that. Not 20 likes, 20 subscribers. Stupid shit. Dancing queen, you're the dancing queen. Okay. Well, thank you. I was going to tear it down, so good thing you said something. I was going to delete it. So I'll leave it up for 2 days for you, Angie. These are what I call throwaways. You understand? Because I didn't start the show for the first 10 minutes because they did not send my usual audience over because they wanted me to talk about some stupid shit. But once they see that in the title, they don't let nobody know what's going down. All right, I'm going to let me go start my day. I'll holler at y'all later, and maybe Monday or something like that. All right, cool. Everybody enjoy their day. Peace. I'll holler at y'all. Peace and love. Yep.